everybody, this is Atticus the Death Mailer, and boy, it's been a while since I made a video. And I know most of you people are going to be asking me this. Atticus the Death Mailer, why the fuck has it taken you this long to make a new video? Well, dear viewers, I will say this, the very following. Number one, I had a fucking hurricane to worry about, and thus I had to postpone a lot of stuff in order to get through this fucking hurricane. Second of all, I am jobless again, but that will be short-lived because I got another job in the works coming up, so full-time employment is coming my way. Number three, well, let's just say that I've been feeling pretty depressed as of late, and I didn't feel any motivation at all whatsoever to make new content onto this channel, so I really was in a pitiful state. But now that I'm here, and I'm making new content, and this is the part where all of you will say, Atticus the Death Mailer, shut the fuck up and move on with the goddamn video. So those of you who are unaware, living under a Dwayne Johnson, the new film It Chapter 2 was released not too long ago. And yesterday, by the time I'm making this video, I watched it and I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it was a pretty damn good film. There were some parts that freaked me the fuck out, some parts that gave me a jump a little, but there was also a lot of laughs. So there was like a lot of stuff in that film that I really did like, just as much as I liked Chapter 1. But after seeing the movie, I suddenly saw a couple articles saying that Pennywise the Dancing Clown, is now a homophobic symbol of bigots.
Well, vote down here. Yes, we do.
So yes, Pennywise is now considered homophobic amongst the LGBTQ, PQ, HIJK element of PQ community, just for the simple fact over the beginning of the film, as well as a crucial part in the plot of the movie. So I found this article on this magazine called The Out Magazine, in which this article states the very following, and they're fucking proof. So let us read the article right now. In the aftermath of 2017's It, Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise the Dancing Clown became something of a gay icon. Between memes and makeup tutorials, Pennywise was everywhere. He and another monstrous LGBTQ, PQ, HIJK element of PQ favorite, the Babadook, were seen as hashtag couple goals, but after seeing It Chapter 2, I'm sad to announce that Pennywise is not gay or even an ally. In fact, Pennywise is surprisingly anti-queer. Now, I can remember It Chapter 1 when it came out, and there were all these memes and all these forums and threads going around saying that Pennywise was gay, and then, you know, they were making memes and shit onto, like, the Babadook and Pennywise being, like, couple goals, and honestly, like, I really thought it was cringy as hell, but then after seeing this shit going on and them denouncing Pennywise, it's like, wow. So we're gonna move on further onto this article right now. As has been previously reported, the film opens with a scene straight from Stephen King's original novel, in which a gay couple, Xavier Dolan and Taylor Frey, are attacked by a group of homophobes who beat Dolan's character Adrian and throw him over the side of a bridge. His boyfriend Dawn follows him down the river below, just in time to watch Pennywise literally eat his heart out. This attack, inspired by the real-life murder of Charlie Howard, could be written off as simply Pennywise taking an opportunity to feed. Although it's implied, and more so in King's novel than the film, that the entity, It, the name the Losers Club gave the monster, otherwise known as Pennywise, controls the town of Derry and may have telepathically inspired the homophobes to attack the couple. And this right there completely destroys your entire arguments over Pennywise being a homophobe. If you actually read the book or actually do research on Pennywise, you would know that Pennywise just doesn't, like, eat children or feed off of the fear of the Losers Club. Pennywise also inspires, like, hatred and bigotry and all the ills of the world into Derry. And you just completely mentioning that completely destroys your entire fucking argument. Yes, that scene at the very beginning of the film was a, sad reminder that homophobia still to this day in 2K19 still exists alive and well. But the fucking fact that you people put Pennywise on a high pedestal saying that Pennywise is an ally of the LGBT community, then to find out this shit, it's just like, you should have done a little bit more research onto Pennywise. But it doesn't end there. It really does not end there. For we're going to be delving down onto the character Richie Tozer, who is played absolutely amazing by Bill Hader and Finn Wolfhard off of Stranger Things. So we're going to read this final portion of this article, actually the second paragraph onto this article. But what really cements Pennywise's bigotry is his treatment of Richie Tozer, played by Bill Hader, who is revealed to be closeted and in love with his childhood friend Eddie, played by James Ransome. When Richie sets off to Derry's arcade to procure a token needed for the ritual to defeat it once and for all, which turns out to be a literal arcade token, he reminisces about being called a fag as a child, played by Finn Wolfhard, returns as his younger incarnation by bully turned sociopath Henry Bowers, played by Nicholas Hamilton. Then he's attacked by a giant Paul Bunyan statue, and eventually Pennywise himself. Now, I remember watching that scene, seeing the crazy Paul Bunyan statue really freaks me the fuck out. Also, onto a flashback when Ben Hanscom was reminiscing on a class when he was with Beverly Marsh, and then it turns out it was Pennywise disguised as Beverly with her head in flames. That part really freaked me the fuck out, but that's enough about that and stuff. But what I really took from that scene is that, yeah, you're gonna have people call you a fag, not because you're a homosexual, but there's just people that call you fag for being stupid and all that other stuff. It was like that when I was young. But yeah, it could be a possibility. It could be a possibility that Richie Tozer in the remake is a homosexual. And yeah, there are, with remakes and reboots, they try to, change characters, race, and sexual orientation, which does grind my gears. But with this sort of change, it really doesn't affect me that much whatsoever, because, they did a little bit of change here and there and all this other stuff, but that's just what it was, and I was completely fine with that. At least they didn't bring off the part in the book where 6 of the guys from the Losers Club were supposed to bang the shit out of Beverly in order to defeat Pennywise. Yeah, that was in the book. But enough about that. Yeah, that could be some hints that Richie is gay, but at the same time, it could just be a bunch of guys just calling Richie a fag for being a nerd and just stupid and idiot looking. Because, that's what it was like when I was young. But it could be the other thing. It could be the other thing. The killer clown isn't content to just threaten Richie with violence. Instead, he reveals that he knows Richie's secret. His dirty little secret. He doesn't just say it, he sings it. The song even appears on the album's soundtrack, coming from All the Pop Girls' Next I See. So Pennywise isn't just the physical manifestation of what is revealed to be some kind of cosmic entity that feeds off fear in human flesh. He's a homophobe. Trump's America strikes again. Alright, I'm just gonna be fucking for real here. Look, I fucking get it that almost everyone in the entire world hates my Cheeto literally Hitler president. I fucking get that. But the moment in where you put in Donald Trump to blame all the ills in the world, and of course the plot of this fucking film, I'm not taking it seriously anymore. I just can't. I just can't. Because everyone has been demonizing the fuck out of my president since he announced his presidency. Ever since then. Look, I know that Trump is a polarizing character. He said some stuff that is stupid, and he has done some stuff that is pretty stupid as well. But the fucking fact that you are blaming all the ills of the world, and the fact that a certain character of a film is a homophobe out of Trump is completely fucking stupid, and it just makes you it just makes you fucking laughable. Everyone will laugh at you, honestly. Now, am I saying that homophobia isn't a problem? No, I'm not saying that it's not a problem that we should, ignore, because there is homophobia that goes around the world. I completely acknowledge that. But the fucking fact that you are gonna go on with this shit right here onto a film and saying that this character that you thought was an ally and a symbol for the LGBT community is a homophobe because apparently Pennywise in the books does all this negative energy and hatred in Derry, Maine, just to completely for some reason keep itself intact by letting everyone hate the shit out of each other with all the ills. You're just now realizing it right now. It's lazy. It's very fucking lazy. But you know what? I'm gonna be saying something that a lot of people are really not going to like, but it's going to be the honest truth. And granted, I might lose some subscribers over this, but it needs to be said right here. You cannot get rid of bigotry. Bigotry will always exist in many forms. Not just the bigotry towards the LGBT. You're gonna have bigotry towards Muslims. You're gonna have bigotry towards liberals. You're gonna have bigotry towards conservatives. You're gonna have bigotry towards white people, black people, brown people, everyone. Oh yes, you're gonna have a lot of bigotry towards the Jews. Bigotry will always manifest into many forms. Now, y'all remember back in my early days when I made that phrase, that hashtag, especially when same-sex marriage was legalized in the States, bigots get stitches, as in implying that it's finally our time to oppress the shit out of the Christians that have oppressed the LGBT community for decades. Well, I didn't realize this, but me saying all this vitriolic bullshit, I was a bigot myself, because I was lumping all Christians as these hateful, homophobic bigots when it's not that fucking true at all whatsoever. I was lumping my family into all those people. I was. So in many ways, I was a bigot myself. I was also a bigot towards Islam. Now, granted, Islam has its problems, but I don't think all Muslims are terrorists at all whatsoever. But I do think that Islam needs a lot of work and a lot of reformations. And I feel the same way too onto Christianity. Both have their bad apples. I will indeed say that. Even the LGBT community has its bad apples. Just because you're part of the LGBT does not make you immune to all criticism. Just kidding. Aside from all that, I just had to say this because the truth does hurt. It really does fucking hurt. Because you'll never get rid of bigotry. Bigotry will always be there. Bigotry will come and manifest in many forms. And you wouldn't even know about it. So, that is all I gotta say. What do you think about this whole article? Do you agree with it? Do you think this is absolutely ludicrous? Have you guys seen It Chapter 2? Because I would highly recommend that you watch It Chapter 2. Those of you who are fans of the original miniseries, those who watched the 2017 Chapter 1, Part 1 thing, and those of you who love the book in general and are fans of Stephen King, leave it down in the comments below. Now before I end this video, I just want to bring on a couple things right here, but I did post this onto my Facebook page and also onto my Instagram, but I felt like that I just need to say this onto a video as well. But I'm going to be a brother and uncle-in-law, since my older brother proposed to his girlfriend while they were up in Spain and Austria. And all I gotta say, I saw it coming, but I'm absolutely just excited and happy and proud of my older brother that this is going to happen. And the fact that I am the best man, it's just like, wow. I feel fucking old. Also a couple of other stuff. I know I'm completely late onto the Death Metalers cinemas. I am going to be working on the Game of Thrones video very quickly, as well as watching the 3rd season of 13 Reasons Why, which has given me a bit of motivation to finally work on the Season 2 review of 13 Reasons. Also, I am going to be doing some collabs and helping out with my friends Felix Wolf and Bon Bon the Suit. I just had to really get things all cleared out, as well as sort my life together. But yeah, there's going to be all that, as well as a Death Metal Reviews episode on the new As I Lay Dying album, which I am absolutely so pumped to review that album. So I cannot wait to do all that stuff for you. I'm going to try my best and to really crank out much stuff as I possibly can. So I am human, I have my flaws, I have my imperfections, and all that other stuff. So yeah. So without further ado, ladies and gents, I am Atticus the Death Metaler. Hope you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Links are down in the description below. Keep metal and have an excellent and blessed day, y'all. I also have a Discord. Make sure to check it out as well. Catch me at the